Hi, I'm Brett Roberts. I'm an application engineer at Clearfield, and today I want to talk to you about our FieldShield optical fiber protection and delivery system. The delivery system is made up of several components. The first component I want to talk about is our microduct. You see in front of me 5 different pieces of microduct. The first one you see is a direct buried tonable, and it's orange in color. It has this tone wire attached to it. The orange one next to it is a direct bury, a non-tonable, so it doesn't have a tone wire on it. The next one you see, the white, is a plenum rated, indoor rated product. The next one is a black, direct buried, non-tonable or riser rated duct. And the last one I want to talk about is the aerial self-support. I'm sure you can see here it's a figure 8 style cable, and it has a self-support on the outer sheath of the duct. The 4 ducts that are on the table are 10 millimeters in diameter, and this aerial is actually 8 millimeters in diameter. The next piece of the system I want to talk about is the ruggedized pushable fiber. The fiber you see in front of me is a single fiber. This comes in 1, 2, 6, or 12 fiber versions in the same 3 millimeter jacket. And if you went to 24 fibers, we would have to up the jacket size to 4 millimeters. What you see in front of me is the pre-connectorized version. This has got basically the inner workings of a connector and a protective boot on the end. And once this is pushed or pulled through the duct to its termination point, the installer can simply snap on the 2 pieces of the connector housing, which makes it look like this, thus eliminating the need for fusion splicing or a mechanical connector at that location. I want to talk about some other pieces of the FieldShield system. I have a piece of duct in front of me, and we have a couple of cutting devices. This one is simply a straight cutter that cuts off at whatever length you need to cut your duct. You simply wrap it around and snap it through. That shows you how to cut it. Aside from that cutter, we also have a rotary cutter. This cutter is good in really tight locations. If you have plenty of room, the rotary cutter works just fine. You simply put it on the location where you're going to do your cut, spin it around, and allow it to slowly cut through the duct. And when it does, you can simply snap off the piece like that. Now if we wanted to join these 2 pieces of duct together, we have a coupler, but before we can do the coupling, we need to take our deburring tool and we need to chamfer the inside of both pieces of duct. This puts a conical shape inside there, and we want that conical shape so when we push or pull our fiber through, we can make sure it doesn't get hung up in this transition. So connect these 2 pieces of duct together, and I'm simply going from underground to indoor rated, and you can do it simply using a coupler like this. You push the coupler onto the duct, and you push this duct into the coupler, and as you can see, I have an air and watertight connection. Now we're going to talk about installing the fiber into the duct. All of the duct that is ordered comes with a 50-pound test pre-installed pull string. So you have the option to pull it, and in shorter distances you have the ability to push it through. When pushing it through, it is imperative that you remove the pulling string first. We don't want to bind or jam in the duct. In using the SC style connector or the blunt end of the cable, we offer a pulling sock. And to use the pulling sock, we use the pulling sock to help you get it into the duct. I can either install this on, like I said, the blunt end or on the pre-connectorized SC style connector. This works in the principle of Chinese fingers. So you slide it down and work it over the fiber itself. Once it's fully installed, when you pull on the end of the sock, it pulls the fiber into the duct. And like I said, on shorter distances, you don't need this. You simply have the ability to use your either blunt end or pre-connectorized end and simply push it through the duct to your termination point. like so. Now we're going to step away from this table setting and show you an actual installation of the system into one of our products, which is called the tap box, which is a tester access point. So here we are at the tap box location that I spoke about. If you can notice on the left side of this box, we have a standard piece of 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC entering the port into the box. If you were going to rise up with orange, be it underground tonable or underground non-tonable, and you wanted to cover it so you didn't see the orange color, you can simply put in the 1-inch conduit and run it up through the 1-inch conduit. What we're going to do in this port is we're actually going to install a piece of our black riser rated, which is also an underground product. And if you'll take a look here, I've already pre-installed one of the couplers that we talked about and showed earlier in the video. That has a slot that seats in here nicely, and then you tie it on with a tie wrap. And when you go ahead and bring your duct in, you do the same type of method as I showed yesterday. It's bring it up and insert it to seat it. We're now pushing the fiber into the microduct into the tap box. At this point, we have the fiber pushed through the microduct and entering into the box, and it's time to go ahead and snap on the two pieces of the connector. First thing we do is pull off the protective cap. Then we take the first piece, the inner connector housing, and install it. Like that. Take the outer connector housing, install it like that. Then we route the fiber into the box. And terminate it into the bulkhead. And there you have it, installing the FieldShield family of products.